Hey beauties, and welcome to today's Future Spouse Pick a Card reading with me, the High Maintenance Hippie. And in today's reading we are gathering messages from your future spouse's higher self. So this is from the perspective of your future spouse's higher spiritual self, their evolved self, and the self beyond earthly experiences and influence. This is the self that drives them towards their deep soul purpose. So today we really are looking at the deeper, more spiritual and soulful meaning of your connection and your union. So if you want to find out these juicy details and get deep with me today, I need you to pick one of these three piles. I highly recommend that you go with your first gut instinct. Spirit is going to guide you towards the pile which has the most relevant information for you, and once you've chosen your pile, I shall see you in your reading. Hey there, pile number one, welcome to your reading. Let's gather up some messages from your future spouse's higher self, looking into the deep soul and spiritual reason that you guys are coming into union. So you guys chose the Expect Powerful Change card, which represents the new moon eclipse, which makes me think when you enter this person's life, it is going to completely change their life. The old will now be the old will be the past, and there will be a brand new slate for you guys. I don't know whether this person is going to be moving somewhere with you, potentially, and that's why this big brand new change comes into play. This could be your future spouse potentially living a particular type of lifestyle. This could be a bachelor kind of lifestyle. Somebody who never thought that they were going to settle down, and when they meet you, they're like, wow, now I want the marriage, now I want the kids, now I want the family home, etc. Either way, whatever this is, they have a complete overhaul. I do think this is a mental overhaul as well. So this is their mindset changing when they meet you. Okay, so bear this in mind. Could be physical changes, but I do think for a lot of you it could be like some kind of mindset change when they meet you, and the whole world looks completely different after they've met you. And I do think their values will start to change and they will start to adapt. I don't know whether you guys have very different values. I get energy with your future spouse where before they meet you, they find value in, best way I can describe it is like alpha energy and having control and having precedence over people. This could be that your future spouse has a very high position in a company. Maybe they own their own company. Maybe there's a lot of people that work underneath them. Or maybe they need to show this like alpha energy, or show that they're like a leader in some way through material items. It could be through physical force. You know, this could be somebody that we're talking about who's like a bit of a hard man or a bit of a hard woman, if you know what I mean. So maybe this person could actually be quite big. I am just looking at this Emperor in reverse, but you can see this Emperor here is quite a big person. So I don't know whether your future spouse is quite a physically big person, and this could be height wise, but it could also be like weight wise, or just somebody who's naturally very, very muscular. Okay, we could even be looking at someone who's like 5'10" but super muscular here if we are talking about masculine in particular. And the same with a female as well. We could be looking at a bigger built female, a taller female, a female who's got beautiful voluptuous curves here. Okay, when we're talking about your future spouse, if you are anybody here who is looking for a female. So yeah, I feel that their values, or how they value themselves, is through, I want to say like external means, through material, through their societal position, or maybe through like the physical force that they have. Whereas you are here as the Queen of Pentacles. Bear in mind, if you are masculine watching this, don't worry. The Queen just embodies an energy. And when we think about Queen energy, it is that internal energy, it's that energy that attracts, and it just tells us Queen of Pentacles energy is an energy that lives within you. It's an energy that doesn't have an external source. It all lives within you. You are an energy source that doesn't need to be plugged into the mains. That's what I'm saying here for you guys. So I do think there's a bit of a difference when it comes to your value. You understand that the most value lies within you. It could even be that you feel that your value lies within your health, in your intelligence, in your morals, where this person, upside down, okay, just shows like the, sorry, my camera's not in a very good angle today, but you can see there's just an opposition here with you guys, okay? Where with them, it's not the same. Everything that they hold valuable or feel is part of their value is external to them. And when you've got that external reliability when it comes to your value, it's not a permanent value, because everything outside of you can be taken away. This person's position at their job can be taken away. This person's clothes, let's just say it's clothes, can be taken away. If this person is finding value in the fact that they are hottie and very, very attractive, well, guess what? We all age at some point. This person could lose their muscles at some point. This person could lose their sheer size at some point. Okay, and I do think there's a really beautiful reason why you two are coming together, and it really is so that this person can learn that their value lives within them. Everything value is within them, not external to them. Now we've got the 12th house, Taurus here, and Mercury. So I don't know whether this person has a Taurus Mercury, whether this person has a Taurus 12th house, or whether this person has a Mercury in the 12th house, because there's like a stoicism, I think that's what I'm looking for, stoicism with this person. It makes me think that this person may not be somebody who always speaks their mind. With a Taurus Mercury kind of energy, and bear in mind they don't have to have a Taurus Mercury, but with somebody who's a Taurus Mercury, they do tend to be very slow and methodical and think what they're saying through before they speak. So they do tend to speak a lot slower, people with the Taurus Mercury, because they really are filtering what they're saying through their brain before it comes out of their mouth, which makes me think that this person doesn't always speak their mind. Whereas if you've got like an Aries Mercury, for instance, just as a great example, because I'm an Aries Mercury, I always use my Aries Mercury as an example in these readings. I don't filter, it just comes out. So even if I don't want someone to know how I really feel, 9 times out of 10 you are. The filter just isn't there. But it does make me think that your future spouse filters their opinions a lot, and amazing when it comes to professional connections, but when it comes to their family, their friends, even their relationships, I just don't think their needs are always being met, because I don't think they have the comfortability to be able to verbalize their specific needs. And with this 12th house energy as well, very hidden, very private when it comes to their thoughts. I do want to say as well, this person with the Emperor in reverse, okay, this Emperor and your future spouse is somebody, as I mentioned, whose value lives outside of themselves. And with the Emperor in reverse, this external value is not making them feel good. So I think for a lot of you, you're going to meet your future spouse and you're going to find out that their self-esteem isn't as high and isn't as strong as it first seems. You may meet this person and at face value you may think, oh my gosh, this person's got it all, this person's flashy potentially, or this person's powerful in some way. You know, you may even question your worth when you meet them. Because I just get such a natural energy with you. Like, you've got an expensiveness to you, is what I want to say. A richness, an expensiveness. You can tell just by being in your energy that you have so much to give. But it's a lot more natural. I want to say for you guys, pile number ones, maybe, you know, you like to dress up, we all do. You like to look good, you like to pamper yourself, I'm not saying you don't, but I think you guys have reached a point in your life where it's like, take me as I am naturally or don't take me at all. I can resonate with this because go back 5 years, I was dangerously tanned for my very, very pale skin tone, although I do look a little bit tanned here, but in real life I'm actually, no, I do look quite tanned. I don't know why the lighting's doing that to me today, but naturally I have a very blue skin tone. I'm extremely, extremely fair. So dangerously tanned. I'd wear hair extensions. I'd have the biggest, darkest makeup. Yeah, just literally, everything had to be big, everything had to be bold. I had to stand out in some way because I felt all those additions were the only way that I could stand out. And when I had my son, I went through a few things, and I also didn't have time or the finances to do a lot of these things that I used to do when it came to my physical appearance. So I started to be a little bit more natural. And during that process, whilst I was also healing from something else that was going on, I realised the value that lived within me. And okay, I love to look good. I do aim to look good. I try to look good. And this is the same with you guys, part number one. But you don't need all of those accessories these days. And maybe at first when you meet this person may make you feel like you need those accessories to be of value. And maybe at first, and this won't be for everybody watching this, part number one, but for some of you, you may even be like, wow, is this person out of my league? I even want to say it's like they're a different species because they live in one world and you live in the other world. And for a lot of you, you may have a connection to the world that they live in because maybe like me, you were once living in that world where everything was about materialism. But now, it's very different. You invest in your health, you invest in your intelligence, you invest only in the relationships that mean something to you rather than investing in frivolous eyes watching you to make you feel good. Now, this person is drawn to you on a surface level, on a very asexual level. This person thinks you are absolutely gorgeous. And they want to, they're ravenous around you, is what I want to say. I even want to say there's something different about you. Not many of you come along very often, but this person's very, very physically drawn to you. And there's something here around your confidence. Because your confidence is from within and it shines bright. And you may not consider yourself a very confident person, but your confidence is ingrained within you. So even on your least confident days, you still ooze that confidence. People still think you're very confident. Your energy is so grounded and earthly, like this Queen of Pentacles. Like, your confidence is solid. Your confidence is always there. Your presence is always there. Your presence is always felt. Now, this person feels like they have to battle to be seen. They have to battle for people to feel their presence. Whether this be true or not, but in their world, they think they need all of this power, all of this embellishment to prove that they have confidence. And really underneath it all, they don't have much at all. There's something around you being very true to yourself and expressing yourself and not having the same verbal and mental filter that they do. They think you balance each other out very, very nicely. I do think physically they think you're an absolutely great match. On a very superficial level as well with this Leo energy here. So they think you're an absolutely great match on a physical level, on a superficial level. They think you're a great match SE-actually with this Mars card here, because Mars does represent SEX. But it's deeper than that. There's an energetic balancing going on underneath it all. They have no idea at first that they want a bit of what you've got. They've got no idea at first that you, on a deeper soul level, have so much more in common, but you've both gone on different paths. You've learned how to have a strong self-esteem from within, and they've gone on another path where they just haven't had the life experience which has made them realise that beauty and that their value within. And when it comes to the messages from this person's higher self, you really are here to ground this person. You're really here to make this person bloom into the beautiful flower that they are. And I can't help but seeing the same image on this Earth card and this Virgo card here, where the roses are blooming from this heart. I don't know what kind of childhood this person's had. I don't know whether they only gained attention when they gained some kind of achievement, or whether they just didn't get much attention at all. Oh, something that I've just noticed that's absolutely beautiful here. So on the surface level, I feel you guys are strongly in touch with your higher self. I feel like you guys have probably ascended recently, or maybe not so recent. By the way, Tiny the hamster's out, and that's why you can hear like shuffling going on in the background. But I do think you guys are in, you know, you've got the speed dial number to your higher self. You know the score now, you know the script, and you're working towards it. So surface level, you are really embodying this Queen of Pentacles energy. Now, your future spouse, when you first meet them, they're embodying this, the Emperor or Emperor energy in reverse. But their higher self is trying to tell them, you are the King of Pentacles. You are the natural counterpart for your Queen of Pentacles here. Again, don't take the genders as gospel, okay? I'm not saying that your future spouse has to be male and you have to be female, but you may be the more feminine in the connection if this is a same gender relationship here. Their higher self is trying to tell them, you are everything that pile number 1 is. You just haven't looked within yet. I don't think this person takes a lot of time for themselves with this Hermit card. And there's a competitive nature with this person as well, with the 5 of Swords, where their higher self just wants them to stop competing and just celebrate what you have. Because when you're always looking at what somebody else is doing, and this gives me like the race analogy that I normally use, and I've used this with my son before, but if you're running a race and you look to the side, or if you look behind you, that's going to slow you down and you're not going to win that race. If you're running a race, you have to look forward. Look forward. Where are you going? That's all that matters in the moment when you're running that race. And I think this person is so busy looking left, looking right, looking behind them, looking in front of them. You need to look in front of you if you're running a race. But I think they're so busy looking at everybody else and where they are in life, and it's slowing them down. And I think you're here to say, hey, let's focus on you. Let's focus on us. Who cares what that celebrity couple are doing on social media? Who cares what our best friends are doing? Who cares if Bob and Jill have literally just moved house and they've got like a beautiful 4-bedroom house? Who cares if Bob and Jill have just got pregnant and we're yet to have children? Like, who cares? This is our race that we're running. And as well, when you're looking at other people and what other people are doing, and your ego is telling you to follow in their direction, you're pulling yourself off your path. And it makes me think that your future spouse needs pushing back onto their own personal destined path, because they've got no idea that their wildest dreams of success live within them, live within their path. Because if they follow like their best friend's path, their family's path, or Victoria and David Beckham's path. You can tell my age when I'm using like these kind of celebrities, can't you? But when you're following their path, you're going to reach their level and be like, why am I still unhappy? Because it's not your path. I don't know whether you're quite spiritual or philosophical, because you may give this person reason to look within, and reason to stop for a moment, reason to maybe even jot down what their dreams and goals are, without even thinking about the dreams and goals and the achievements of the people around them. And I genuinely think this is the reason why you guys have came together, because you are going to take this person from being pretty much empty when it comes to their self-esteem into being so full, and you are literally going to make this person the perfect, or awaken, not make them, but you're going to awaken their King of Pentacles, and you two are going to become the perfect partnership here. Right. I'm going to leave that there. I really hope this helps in some way. I do want to apologise about my communication skills today, because my vocabulary is all over the place today. I've been sending voice notes to friends and I'm like slipping up on my words left, right, flipping centre. And I thought to myself, I don't know how I'm going to film today. I don't know how I'm going to film and string sentences together. You see, I'm already bumbling over my words now. But yeah, part number one, I really hope this is okay. I hope it was easy to digest and easy to understand. And yes, I shall see you in my next video. Goodbye. Hey there, part number two. Welcome to your reading. Let's gather some messages from your future spouse's higher self and find out some information as to why you have came into union or will come into union on a spiritual soul level with your future spouse. Now, I can't ignore the fact that I slipped up on my words then and said why you have came into union with them. So for some of you, you may already be with this person. For some of you, this person may be in your vicinity and potentially you have no idea that this person is ever going to be your future spouse. I don't know whether this person knows who you are, but maybe you don't know who they are, or vice versa. So I've got to throw that out there first and foremost, as I did just slip up on my words, and it is called a Freudian slip, when you slip up on your words, but then there's deeper meaning to it. So you guys chose the conclusions are within reach card, the full moon eclipse, and the full moon eclipse comes in when there needs to be some kind of change, and normally some kind of change where you're being very stubborn as to not change. So I feel that your future spouse could naturally be quite a stubborn person, somebody who likes their routine, but I am really getting this jack-in-the-box energy when it comes to your future spouse. Like, they are just dying to break out, express themselves and live their life, because so much fire energy in these cards for your future spouse. And here we've got 5th house, Aries and Jupiter. Like, wow, that's all of the fire signs there, because Leo rules that 5th house. Got Aries, the first fire sign, and we have Sagittarius there with the Jupiter, which is the last fire sign. So I would not be surprised if your future spouse harbours a lot of fire energy. Sun, Moon, Rising, Aries, Leo or Sagittarius. They could have an Aries 5th house. They could have Jupiter in the 5th house, or they could have Jupiter in Aries as well, so bear that in mind. But these are very explosive energies, and I don't think your future spouse lives, like, before you meet them anyway, I don't think your future spouse lives their most authentically. Guys, I'm really struggling to speak today. It's like my mouth doesn't want to open fully and my tongue doesn't want to move. So please bear with me. But yeah, they're not living their most authentically fiery existence. I don't know whether this is the kind of person who potentially went straight from college or uni and got into a job that maybe was a little bit boring. Maybe they were told to go into that profession by their family of some kind, or influenced by their family of some kind to go into a certain type of profession, or maybe they were influenced by family or authority to be a certain way, act a certain way. It could literally be you go to work every day, you take 2 holidays a year, you get married and you have children, okay? Where there's something a little bit more wild about your future spouse that lives within. I also feel that your future spouse may be naturally very, very spiritual, and potentially they haven't got anyone around them where they can talk about their spiritual beliefs. Now, this could be them wanting to join a type of religion. This could be them being into like the paranormal, or knowing that there's something more to life. And if they were to communicate any of this to the people around them, I think they'd either get fobbed off or they'd get told that they were crazy. I'm just getting the kind of energy, and it doesn't have to be specific, that this person works a job that's like very, very academic. This could be a psychiatrist who's very to the book, very academic, can't blur the lines when it comes to your profession. By the way, your future spouse doesn't have to be a psychiatrist, but I'm just thinking about this as an example. Like the kind of profession where if you blur out the lines, you're considered a quack or you're considered crazy. I'm just getting that kind of vibe with your future spouse. And then you come along with this very free, open-minded energy, and your future spouse is very attracted to that on a physical level, because you just look like a door to freedom. Now, I do want to say there could be, okay, some of you might not like this, but please don't take it as gospel. This is a collective reading. This is going to relate to some of you, and then for some of you it's not going to relate, okay? So take what does, leave what doesn't. For some of you, this person, your future spouse, may want you to be a little bit quieter about your beliefs and be a little bit more controlled when you first meet. This could be when it comes to the parents, this could be in friends groups. But I do think there is going to be a phase where your future spouse maybe tries to contain you a little bit, whilst also desiring your beliefs, whilst also wanting to have the freedom and the open-minded nature that you have. But I think as an automatic response, this person may try to kind of be like, don't talk about that at the dinner table, or could we just, you know, I'm even getting like, and I don't know how to say this because I want to make sure that I don't upset YT, but it could be like some kind of, you could have an opinion about something that's going on in the world, and it may be quite an out there opinion. Your future spouse may be the kind of person say, hey, like at the dinner party, could we just not bring up that subject because it's going to cause a bit of conflict. So I'm getting them trying to kind of like not cage you in, but you know what I'm trying to say, trying to like pop you in the box. Like you're the jack in the box that's already popped down, you're like bling, hey, and they're like, can we just like put you just in a little bit? But this is only because they can't help it. This is the way that they've been influenced by the world around them or by people around them. But they do, yeah, they may really enjoy indulging in conversation with you in private. They may really enjoy your beliefs, your experiences, the crazy side of you, I want to say as well. I'm not saying because of your beliefs you're crazy, but I mean there's like a crazy side to you that's like very unique, very interesting, very different. They'll love to indulge in that with you behind closed doors from the get-go, but I think it's going to take some time for them to feel comfortable. I hope no one's like offended by that. I hope no one's put off by that. It really doesn't have to be extreme. It doesn't have to be this person completely closing you away and saying, you can't meet my family, you can't meet my friends because you're too unique. It's not like that. It could just be the teeniest, weeniest little thing where they're like, hey, could you stop mentioning that at the party tonight? And you'd be like, oh, I kind of want to. And I think in most cases you probably will anyway. Like you can't be contained, part number two. I can feel it very, very strongly. So yeah, they might be a little bit uptight is what I'm saying. I probably didn't even need to go into all of those examples. They just might be a little bit uptight. But this person is dying to break free and break those shackles imposed upon them from societal expectations. And they really just want to live a more authentic life. Like this person wants to travel. That's something that's coming up very, very strongly. And this person wants to delve more into their belief systems. This person wants to be able to express themselves more authentically as well. And I feel with you, on a spiritual level, you create, and it could be through this physical kind of mini battle between you guys where you're like, I am free, and they're saying, do you have to be that free? But there's this battle between you guys, and it's this sextile energy here, the tension between, what's it say? Oh, the combination of tension and flow, this sextile energy here. I feel that on a spiritual level, that tension of you being so free and it triggering them a little bit, kind of like what I'm seeing is like a brick that's kind of nudging itself out of like a brick wall. So it's like the tension that you create through being, I'm free and I will remain free and I will have my expressions and you should too, squeezes this person out of their comfort zone. And once they've been squeezed out of their comfort zone, they really do get on board with you and your energy, because at a core level, you guys are both as free as each other. Your souls both want the same things, but this person has so much control and feels like they need to control everything so rigidly that they really aren't letting their soul sing with the sun in reverse. And you come along and you really do cause the tension to push this person to be more authentic and go for the things in life that make them happy. They're somebody with a lot of anxiety. I won't be surprised if this person has... do you know what, in readings, there's always like signs that I always go to. I go to Scorpios, I go to Virgos very often, Leos always come up, Aries comes up, Sagittarius comes up, and I feel like I don't talk about some of the other signs as much, so I don't know whether I have an accumulation of energies on the channel which resonate with those signs more. Maybe my energy resonates more with those signs, but without sounding like a completely broken record, I'm getting that this person could have some mixture of Virgo energy with some fire energy. This could be a square between Virgo energy and Aries energy, okay? I don't know whether they resonate with the Virgo energy in some way. It may be deep within their chart, okay? So it doesn't have to be their sun, moon, or rising. Or maybe you resonate with the Aries energy, because I do know that there's a square between Virgo and Aries. And that square between Virgo and Aries is always really fascinating, because Virgos are very attracted to Aries. Virgos are attracted to Aries because they are attracted to their freedom, their looseness to a certain extent. But they also still have that like, oh, I think that's a little bit inappropriate energy towards Aries. And Aries really admires the opposite. Aries really admires a Virgo's control, practicability, their devotion, their work ethic. But then Aries always feels quite stifled with Virgo, because they're like, well, why does my self-expression have to make you feel uncomfortable and triggered? I'm just being me. I'm having fun. Have more fun, Virgo. And by the way, I'm not saying that Virgos are uptight here and Aries are just loose. We have a combination of all sorts of energy within our birth charts, okay? We're not just an Aries and we're not just a Virgo, but potentially where you have Virgo and where you have Aries in your chart, maybe you'll see something like that play out in some kind of way, okay? But that's the kind of energy I'm feeling with you guys at first. And as I said, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. It doesn't have to be anything toxic or controlling or them completely stifling you and taking away your personality at all. I do mean this in the mildest form. You know, it could even be like, oh my God, like, I remember I had a boyfriend. And at the time when I had this boyfriend, I was going through a phase of dressing like really, really crazy. I'd be wearing like tartan, I had shirts with zebras on, all sorts of crazy stuff. I go through phases. And I remember this person, they were a Taurus actually, and I adore Taurus energy. Like, oh my God, I love Taurus energy. It's that axis, Taurus and Scorpio energy, just give them to me all day. But this ex is a Taurus, and he thought I was great and he thought I was beautiful, but he just wasn't the happiest with my clothing choices. And I remember he took me out for a meal and I was wearing this zebra shirt and he was like, I'm not going out if you're going to go out in that zebra shirt. And it was so harmless and it was so funny. You know, he wasn't trying to control everything I was wearing. I think I still went out in the zebra shirt, by the way. But something as little as that, like, why did you have to wear that zebra shirt? But as I said, once you open this person up, once you squeeze this person out of their comfort zone, they're going to get with it, because they're going to get with themselves more. When they get with themselves, they're going to realise they're pretty much exactly the same as you. I do see so much travel in the cards for you guys as well. Let's have a look at this Empress energy here. Yes, so another thing, while you guys are coming together, I don't know whether you have like manifestation in check, whether you're able to manifest, or whether you're just very, very strong in your feminine energy. Doesn't matter if you're a masculine watching this, you could still be very strong in your feminine energy, because feminine energy attracts. And there's something potentially that you've learned, part number 2, or maybe you've always naturally been this way, where you think there's certain times in life where you just have to sit back and allow the thing to come to you. It does make me think that your future spouse chases you and you sit back and you're like, what will be in this connection. And maybe they're a little bit more eager to come towards you and to control the situation, to tie you down with this Saturn energy here, when you're just more like, hey, why don't we just go with the flow a bit more, let's take it a bit more easy. And this could be something that might irritate your future spouse at first as well, a little bit of that tension and flow, because you clearly like them, you're clearly into them. but there's that tension built where they want to they just want to lock you down, and you're just like, hey, I'm still a free person here, so let's take our time. But I think you teach this person that too much, like, go for it, get it, I want to control it, is actually counteracting their success or counteracting the things that they want. Like, they're too, like, controlling. They want to grab things too much. Like, it makes me think of somebody who wants to be a millionaire, but they work like 20 hours of every day and they're exhausted, and their exhaustion means that their creative abilities or their creative energy becomes depleted, their physical ability becomes depleted, and they may make that £1,000,000, but they're like, I'm so unhappy and I don't even have free time to enjoy it. That's the kind of energy I'm getting with your future spouse here. That doesn't have to be exactly the situation of your future spouse, but it's that energy. It's the best way I can describe it. If they just were able to just slow down a little bit, free up some time, i.e. still talking about the energy of this person who works 20 hours and they want to be a millionaire, that person who works 20 hours and wants to be a millionaire, they never ever free up enough space or time to build a plan where they'd be working smarter, not harder, to build a plan where they could be making more money whilst working less, okay? So something around you and you influencing your future spouse and their higher self knowing this, to sit back and attract, utilize their creative energy a little bit more. And I do think this is specifically around career, because I can see them being very, very tied down to a job here with this Saturn energy. But here with the ninth house energy, the fire energy, the sun energy in reverse, they want to be free. They want to travel. I don't think they've known any other way but to graft. I think there's somebody who's got a lot of talents, and they could either expand on what they currently do or be very creative with what they do, work less, make more money. Because at the moment they don't have the bravery or the confidence to go for their passions. They don't have the bravery or the confidence to switch things up, change things up, and open the road for new experiences here with the ninth house. And I think you teach them that, or influence them in some way when it comes to that, because with the fifth house here in Jupiter and Aries, this person wants to have fun. I can just hear girls, they want to have fun. Even though we don't have to be looking at a female being your future spouse here. It could be boys just want to have fun. I don't even think it goes like that. I think I got the wrong tune and everything there, but yeah. And they're a jack in the box, and they want to come out of the box. And when they meet you, you're going to really influence them to be their more authentic selves, to find that soul path. You know, they're probably living their parents' soul path and not their own soul path. But you come in and you show them authenticity, where it's a little bit like a contagious disease, and then they start becoming more authentic, and from there, yeah, they end up really opening up their little world. And I'm going to leave that there. Part number 2. I really hope this helps in some way. I hope you get guided. Is that flipping my speech today, my mouth and my tongue just isn't moving normally. I hope you gained some information from that. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did make it this far, I do ask that you please drop me a like, comment down below if you have anything to say at all, and don't forget to subscribe if you like these videos, because your subscriptions helps the channel, helps the exposure of the channel, but also helps me know that you are enjoying the readings that I put out on a weekly basis. So yes, beautiful part number 2, take care of yourselves, and I shall see you next time. Goodbye. Okie dokie, pile number 3. Hello, welcome to your reading. Let's gather up some messages from your future spouse's higher self and find out some information as to why you and your future spouse are to come into union on a more soul and spiritual level. So straight away, when I pre-pulled these cards, I felt very confused and very overwhelmed. So I do feel that your future spouse may be somebody who could be very emotional, whether they are a masculine or a female. They are somebody who rides a lot on their emotions, someone who is very emotional. They may have a lot of mutable energy in their chart. So the mutable signs are Gemini, Virgo, and Pisces. Okay. And you guys chose the nothing is yet set in stone, which is the mutable moon here as well. So this could be somebody who chops and changes. I do get the kind of energy from this person as well that they do struggle to commit. They do struggle when it comes to anything that's going to ground them too deep. They could have some Sagittarius energy as well. Sagittarius is one of the mutable signs as well, right? Yeah, it is. Sorry about that, guys. I completely forgot to mention Sagittarius there. But yeah, we are looking at potentially a lot of those signs for your future spouse, but they like to always be free or have freedom. Now, I feel on the surface level, they're attracted to you because you have everything set in stone. Like, I really feel my pile number threes have their SHIT together. I feel my pile number threes are very proactive people. I feel my pile number threes could have a nice balance of masculine and feminine in their energy as well. Obviously, I'm talking about you, I keep saying there. But yeah, if you are a female watching this, you've got a lovely balance of female, but you've also got a lovely balance of masculine energy, which makes you a bit of a go-getter, makes you somebody who succeeds. And if you're masculine, again, you've got that go-getter kind of succeeding energy with a lovely little air of feminine energy in there as well, and that empathy and that ability to create and attract. So you really do give off the energy that you have everything in check, and you are the type of person that this person is attracted to physically as well. For some of you, and I feel like I said this for pile number two, for some of you, I think this person either is a current secret admirer, or this person could be a bit of a secret admirer for a little while before you guys get together. There could be a lot of intimidation. This person could feel very intimidated to approach you. This person could feel that they're a little bit more behind in life when they meet you. Maybe they feel that you have a lot more finances than them. Maybe they don't feel worthy enough for you. Maybe they think, what would somebody like pile number three seeing somebody like me? Now, I'm not getting that your future spouse is somebody who's unsuccessful. I think they have like a bit more of an entrepreneurial kind of energy to them. They switch, they change. Highly creative. They ride on their emotions as well. They move through life very intuitively is what I feel too. But I think you're a lot more of a grounded energy. And I think they may fear that you are looking for somebody else who is very grounded. But underneath it all, you like, I think you look at another person who appears as grounded as you to be a little bit boring. And I think you'll be highly attracted to this person because there's something very spontaneous and creative about them. And I think they enlighten and shine a light on the creativity that lives within you as well. So this is actually a really beautiful energy, by the way. When I pulled the cards, especially on this side as well, I was like, oh, this is gorgeous. This is exactly what I want to see here with the Ten of Cups and the Two of Cups. But the Ten of Pentacles here as well. Okay, we've got good energy when it comes to you guys. But I think there's something around you guys coming together and it being a little bit untraditional for some reason, even if that untraditionalness is because they wouldn't think that you'd go for somebody like them. It's weird with this pile, because with pile number one and pile number two, I was specifically talking about what lesson they're teaching their future spouse. But with you guys, I feel like this is a little bit more even. You're both teaching each other a lot, and in those other piles they'll both be teaching each other a lot, but for some reason with this pile, your future spouse's higher self wants me to talk about what they'll be teaching you as well. I just see like this beautiful merging of energies with you. This part in particular, no offense upon one or two, both of them absolutely amazing, but this one really makes my heart go all bouncy and giddy. So I really do feel that you guys are going to have such a fun, loving relationship, and you're going to really help this person find their stability. You're going to help this person zone in on their talents, zone in the areas which are really going to bring them success. Now, lovely, lovely, lovely emotion here. But I do feel that your future spouse's sole purpose is to build something a little bit more solid and a little bit more substantial. And when you meet them, they're not going to be in that place where they're building and focusing on something to make it substantial. So bear that in mind. Now, I've got Aquarius, 5th house and North Node here for your future spouse. So I don't know whether they have an Aquarius 5th house, which is a very creative placement to have. Absolutely adore that. Whether they have a North Node in Aquarius or North Node in the 5th house. With this 5th house energy, they are naturally somebody who is highly, highly creative. And this is why it's like, I'm feeling like jack of all trades, master of none with this person. But that's an illusion. They actually are a master of some things here. But they could be the kind of person saying, I'm good at everything, but I'm not great at anything. And it may be you who comes in and you pinpoint the areas that they are great in, and you really help this person take their current success and multiply it by like 10, 20, 100, and literally this person ends up creating a legacy for you guys with this 10 of Pentacles here. I think your future spouse's purpose, or one of their sole purposes in this lifetime, is to build a business, have their own business, and this business particularly being a business that is quite prominent in this lifetime. So I don't know whether this business is going to be something charitable. I don't know whether this business is going to bring ease to a lot of people through like a product or some kind of service, or whether this business is going to be, for some of you, a very big, well-known business. Okay. Because this person is very Uranian, Aquarian like here. It's got Aquarius here, got Uranus here when it comes to their higher self. So that creativity, that ability that they have and desire that they have to continue to progress and change things and move everything forward is something that needs to remain within them. But they need a bit of stabilizing when it comes to this, and this is what you bring. Now, on a very surface level, this person knows the moment they meet you that you are going to be their wife or their husband or their spouse. They know that you're perfect counterparts, and they may even say that I've waited a lifetime for you, but I don't think they know why. I don't think this person will specifically know exactly why you are so perfect for them. And I only say that because I feel like this person could have like a very active mind. It could be a mind that bounces around a lot. It will just be an energy, like it just feels right. Now, don't get me wrong, when it comes to your marriage and things like that, this person, if they were to write their own vows, they would be able to express at that point in those vows why they love you, why they want to marry you, and why they're so attracted to you. But I think initially, it's like a love at first sight kind of energy between you guys. It's like they see you and they're like, it's that one, and it's that one only, and I know that that is the person that I'm going to marry. Again, as I said, they're very, very emotional. They're very, very connected to their intuition, so they just know it's you, which is so beautiful, and they have been waiting a long time for you to come. But on the soul level, well, the surface level is very emotional, romantic, beautiful, beautiful flow of emotions between you guys. Like this person as well, they genuinely are going to put out all the stops for you. They're going to take you on creative dates. You're going to have a lot of fun together. You're never going to question whether this person loves you. You're never going to question how this person feels about you. But on the soul level here, their higher self is really asking this relationship to be something quite practical. Where again, with the other piles, I feel like, I don't know what it is with this energy. I don't know why it's confusing me so much, but it is a little bit where, I don't know, maybe I just expected this to be on this side. Because a lot of the times we find the practical things in life easier and the emotional things more difficult, because the emotional things hold more weight and they bring more pain, and there's always trauma connected to emotions, past emotions, or fear around emotions. But with this, like, you guys have the emotional stuff in check. Your future spouse has the emotional stuff in check. Their feelings for you are in check, but it's the more practical things that need to be in check. And you come in and you show some kind of authority. And don't get me wrong, I don't think this is a connection where you completely wear the trousers and this person is just weak and has to do everything that you tell them to do. It's not like that, but you come in as like an authority figure for this person and you end this procrastination. And I think this procrastination, I actually think this procrastination could be maybe even, I'm feeling like they might drink too much coffee. They could have some kind of mental, I don't even want to call it a disorder, because I don't really like the phrase mental disorder, because who's to say what's disorderly or not when it comes to how a mind works? We're all very different. We've all been through very different things and we're all wired differently, and who's to say which way's the right wiring or which way's the wrong wiring? I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, when we talk about people who commit awful crimes, we can very visibly see that something wrong has happened there, okay? But when it comes to like things like ADHD, BPD and things like this, who's to say what's disorderly? All right, so I'm trying to use another phrase in disorder, but I can't think of one. But there could be something undiagnosed with this person, okay? I'm going to throw ADHD out there, it doesn't have to be. But it could be anxiety within this person as well. Maybe you come in, you slow things down, you calm things down, you take away this like survival instinct that this person has, because anxiety is caused when we are pushed into our fight and flight. And you know, fight and flight is there for when we need to survive for some reason, where we are in pure survival mode. And for some reason you come in and you really do nip this anxiety in the bud, because you stop making this person feel like they're always having to fight to survive. And as soon as you've calmed down their mind, as soon as you've brought peace to their mind, or some kind of, for some of you it could literally be like some kind of, it could be meditation, some kind of practice of some kind, could even be medication, bear that in mind as well, or just some kind of, I can't think of the most simple words today, activity, or process to help them like calm themselves down. It could even be like you teach this person how to journal, you know, you influence them to journal, you influence them to have a calendar, do you know what I mean? Things like this, okay? There's something around you really organising their life and organising their mind, and them being able to have enough clarity to be able to allow this Uranian and Aquarius creativity to flow. And from there, you guys really do have some serious success. With this Four of Wands energy, it does make me think that there could be the potential of you guys going into business with each other as well. So this could be a joint partnership, a joint business that you guys build together. But if not, this person is going to be very successful. And I do get like humanitarian projects here with the Aquarius energy. But this guy's going to be this guy. For some of you this won't be a guy, some of you this will be a female, but for some reason this guy wanted to come out. But this person is going to be somebody who's very successful, and you're going to have a lot to celebrate together. Something else wants to come out, but it's kind of just slipped straight out of my head. Could be something to do with tech that changes people's lives. I'm getting Ashton Kutcher coming through. Now, I don't know much about Ashton Kutcher, but I think he is an Aquarius, isn't he? We could be looking at somebody who has like an Ashton vibe, like somebody who could be quite tall, potentially, may have a lot of Aquarius in their chart, or some cheeky Aquarius in their chart, i.e. this Aquarius North Node would make a lot of sense if they haven't yet reached embodiment of Aquarius energy. Because the opposite of Aquarius would be Leo, which would mean that their South Node was in Leo. Okay. But I know Ashton is involved in tech, has invested in tech, and I think he's invested or helped create something with regards to tech which helps identify, and a certain language I'm not going to use here because I don't want to upset YT, but help identify victims. Okay, I'm not going to say what type. Sorry, that was so cryptic, but you've got to be so careful these days with what you say online, so I'm really trying to make as much sense whilst being as brief as possible. So yeah, I really do get like humanitarian acts in this, and I know that's very specific for a collective reading, but for some of you, this person, you may be able to identify who this person is because they naturally will have empathy for a lot of causes in the world and things like that, okay? So I'm going to leave that there, poll number 3. I really hope this helps in some way. I hope you've gained some information. I do ask if you've made it this far, and please like the reading. It takes 2 seconds to like the reading. And also, if you've got anything to say at all, please comment down below, and do subscribe if you do like this content, because it means you'll be notified whenever I post any new pick a card readings, and also helps me know that you are enjoying the readings that I'm bringing to you on the channel. So take care of yourselves. Absolutely beautiful poll number 3s. This connection with your future spouse is gorgeous. Couple goals, spouse goals, all over this. And yes, take care of yourselves. Bye bye.